how to get my where I'm gonna take the trade, where I'm gonna get out of the trade.
Okay.
Uh, uh, what if I'm not using Trading View, I'm using MT4.
Okay.
Would I be able to do it with MT4 or
Yeah, you will.
um,
You'll be able to do it. It's the same thing. Trading View and MT4 is the same thing. They just
right?
function. I mostly use MT4. I just use the Trading View
Okay.
just to explain to you guys. But I trade with MT4, just MT4.
Okay, so you can find the levels. I can also find the levels on MT4.
Yeah, you can. But
Okay.
um, but sometimes you can't find the levels on your phone, so you might need to use your laptop to get the levels. Then you plot the same
Right.
levels on your phone. Okay.
Right. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm using my laptop. So
Oh,
I'm just trying to figure out my levels, and I guess I have to, like today I have to wait for a pullback. I know it gapped down and then it pulled back again and then it went up. So I
okay.
mean, I'm
Yeah,
just
so
getting kind of
crazy today,
lost.
right? Okay, so here's what happened today. I'm gonna explain this. Okay, I sent in the direction for the day, and I'll be doing that every day. Um,
Right.
okay, so this is a new week. Okay, so you need to understand how the market works. Like each candle, depending on the time frame you're looking at, must have an open, a close, high, and a low. Now, since today is Monday, and you said you wanted to trade just Euro USD, right? Now, the reason why I
Right.
want you guys to trade other pairs is because some days might not be good to trade Euro USD, but today was. But you need to still get your entry right. Okay, so you could say this is a new week, so we could go to the weekly, right? So this is the weekly time frame.
Okay.
So you can see what happened. So, like I said, each candle has an open. So this was for this candle, this was the open, this was the close, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. So you can see we had the open here, the close here, high and the low. But it was a buy market. So I guess when the market opened, it sold a little, right? Before
Right.
pushing up. Now, when I sent the signal this morning, I said it was a buy market, right? I told you guys I'll be
Right.
looking for a
Right.
buy. So now what you need to understand is um the reason why we use levels is okay, the market opened here, right? So you can see
Right.
it went down from this point down here before shooting back
Right.
up, right? But if I tell you guys, okay, the market is gonna be a buy, and you just go right ahead and buy up here, you notice you have a drawdown of a lot of pips here.
Oh,
All
right.
right. So,
Definitely. Yep.
so that's why you also check the currency pair. So let's say I'm trading the euro, the USD. Now we know the euro USD move mostly during the London section because the euro opens at that time, and then
Okay.
the USD pair move mostly at around the New York Open. Okay, so if you go back on a lower time frame, you could see
I'm
this
going
is
on,
15
baby.
minutes. You could see the buy started right around just close to the US Open, right? So you can see this was the
Right.
US Open. So you can see the buy started 2 hours before that, but at around the London Open is sold, right? So you
Right.
know what particular time period you're expecting movement, buy or sell. But you need to understand if we go to the monthly here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I'm recording this, so you're gonna have the video and you could always rewatch it, okay?
Okay. Okay. Good.
So you can see on the monthly, it's already a bullish candle, right?
Right. Right.
So there's no way this candle is gonna cancel just this week and sell off and get to this level. You know why? Because we're on the fourth week, right? And mm, probably on Friday is Christmas, New Year. So we've already determined that Euro USD is a buy for the whole of this month. But that doesn't mean there won't be pullbacks and reversals.
Right.
So
Right,
what we
right,
just need to do is to find levels. We find levels, then we find the perfect timing, because the perfect time to trade today was around the US Open, because we're trading the USD pair, and that was when it was weak. And you also have to check your fundamentals. See, okay, what's happening? There's a coronavirus. I mean, there's a new wave of coronavirus in the UK. So the lockdown, so it kind of affected the market. So, but you could see there is no way this candle is going to sell off this month, right? There's going to be a pullback a little, and then it still will go back up, if you understand what I'm saying. So what I do is, okay, since I know this is a new week, and if the market opens here, I expect it to sell it a little before shooting up, right? But I mainly
right.
take my zones on the 15-minute. So now,
Okay.
if I've decided that I'm going to be looking for buys for today, what I do is, okay, I go back. Now, I know you get a bit confused. Now, there are two ways to take
Yeah.
your zone. I mean, I sent in the screenshot. I told you guys, okay, let's see. For example, you could see this point here, right? There was a bit of
Now,
a resistance here.
now, how far back are you going?
I could go back. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, let's zoom out. Now you can see my market opened here, right? So if I zoom out, I want my zone to be 100 pips on this day, 100 pips up, 100 pips down, right? So I could just say 100 pips is up here and another 100 pips is down here, right?
Uh-huh.
So so I'll be looking for zones in between this level. So if I zoom in, I'll be checking here, okay? So I'll be checking zones in between here and here.
Okay.
That's
That
for
you say
today.
100 pips above or below the open of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. So that's because I know the Europe here doesn't exceed 150 pips a day. So no matter the news, it's going to sell 100 pips down or buy 100 pips up. Am I right?
Right, right,
So I'm gonna get my zones in between this and this. So I zoom back and say, okay. So I could see there was a bit of resistance here, right? This level.
right.
Okay. So I could just say, okay, I have a very good spot here. Let me change the color so we'll be able to differentiate them. Yellow, a bit light. Okay. So I could say, I think this looks like a good point for a U-turn here. Now I go back and you can see there was a point here too, right? I mean,
Right.
here and here. So this is a good zone. And there is no more
So so
zone.
so these are not demand zones. These
No,
so
no, no,
this
no,
is
no, no.
support
I
and
know.
resistance.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna explain to you next what I do. I'm just showing you a sample of what I look for, right?
Okay.
So if
Right.
I zoom out, you can see there's no more trade here. So I go to a higher time frame and I could say if I want to check for more zones, I have to come to wow, really far. So I have to come to around, okay, let me zoom out. So you can see the next point was around this point, which was April 2018, right? So you can see this was from January to April. So there was this point where I could get my zones, right? Did you get that?
Hold on, you lost me on that. So
Oh,
explain that
okay.
again.
You could, I mean, we got this to this for our 100 pips up and 100 pips down.
Okay, right, right.
So you could see there's a place here, but it was in 2018.
Right.
So I have to go back there and look for the zones at this point. But I have to use the 15-minute. But you can see I can't really load the 15-minute here because it's far gone and it's 2018. But you could do that on MT4, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So now if I got this, so you can see this acted as a zone, resisted, went up, came and went up. So you can see when this market came here and around 1, that was the US Open, it was here. So I'll be expecting if it crosses this zone for a buy. But timing is important. Now, that's one way to take your zones.
Okay.
The second way is the screenshot I sent you guys.
Okay.
And
The second way seemed like it'll be easier.
so what you do is just go back and try to find, this looks nice, but this doesn't work. So we're looking for something.
Do it still have to be 100 pips below or
Yeah,
above or no?
yeah, it does. So we could see this, you can see a sample here, right?
Uh-huh.
So I take from the open of this to the close, not the high or low, just the open to the close of this candle.
You can take a buy or a sell on that? A buy or a sell?
Yeah, a buy or a sell, doesn't matter. You just
Okay,
have to
doesn't
match
matter.
with it. Yeah. So if it was a sell market and I have a sell, so once it sells and let's say it comes back around this zone,
Uh-huh.
and then I know I'm selling, I'll be looking to sell around this zone, so I'll just take a sell. And it doesn't matter how far gone. If I take this zone and it was October and today is December, I'll still take the trade because the zones are still there. They still work.
Okay.
Understood?
Right.
So this is how to get some of those zones, and you can see it very respects them. So you might not get a lot of those on the Euro USD because you have to check. That's why those support and resistance are also very important, where you find where the support. Now I'm adding both the zones and support and resistance on this video, okay?
Okay.
But basically you just back test and then you look for where there's a buy and then a sell in the middle, and then you could take the high and the low, sorry, the open and the close. But for today, we know our trade is in between 100 pips up and 100 pips down. So anything that doesn't fall in here doesn't work for us.
Okay.
Okay, for today, I mean, we know by tomorrow or by the end of the week, this is going to shoot up. And I know a lot of people are selling, a lot of people want to sell, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you saw my, what do I call it now, my checklist, and go to market sentiment. And if traders keep selling, this market will keep shooting up. Doesn't matter what they do. There might be pullbacks, but it will still be a buy market because it has to take out the guys that really don't know what they're doing. So your job is to wait patiently. You have to consider timing. I need to know, for every new day there's a low, there's an open, there's a close, and there's a high. So if I'm looking for a buy and the day just opened, I expect the market to sell to a certain level before buying because it has to form the wicks down. You get?
Okay. 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 Explain that. Show me how that would look.
Okay. Let me go to the daily, and this is the daily, right?
Right.
Okay. So let's take today for example, or let's take this day. I mean, I've been buying Euro USD for days, So you could see this is a daily candle, and this was the open of this candle here. We're working
Right.
with this candle. So you could see it had to sell to this point.
Oh,
So I
right.
know for a fact that it doesn't just open here and just moves up. No, it sells a little and pulls back and then keeps going up. So you can see it happened today also. It sold from a very long sell. And then
Oh,
now
wow.
it pushed back and still closed with a sell, with a buy, sorry. Okay.
Right.
So you can see this, it opened up here. It opened up here for this candle here. I'm talking about this red one. Now you see it went up, it first bought, then came down.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, if I had waited for the candle to sell to this point, I could still buy, I will still close up here because this was the close of the day for Friday, right? You know how
Right.
candles work: buy, candle, open, close, high and low.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I know, okay, this is daily. I expect a few pips move downwards. So if I'm trading tomorrow now, I know I'm still looking for a buy. So I just go back to the 15 minutes, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
check, okay? And I say, okay, this is a new day, and I'll be trading from around the um that's the Euro Open, which is around London Open. I'll be looking for trade, which is for my time that will be around 8:30 to around 10:30 p.m. Right? And I
Right.
have these zones here. I could say this works out for me.
Okay.
Okay, so I
Uh-huh.
could go back and say, okay, where works out again? I could say this doesn't look nice for me at all. But if I go on a lower time frame, I'm sure I'll find some zones. But I mainly use the 15 minutes. Okay, I don't go
Okay.
lower than 15. So I could say around this part. Now you can see this coincide with this right here. So you see this shows me this is a very strong zone at this point because there's a resistance here, came up, came down, and when it broke, it went up. So for me, coming in today, two things are involved. Now, if this market works out well, I'll be waiting for the market to sell to this point,
Uh-huh.
and I know I have my low. Now, that doesn't mean it might not go down a little, but I already know I'm still looking for a buyer market, right?
Right.
So, if I take my proper risk management, let's say I use the risk calculator, forex calculator, and I impute a 2% risk, and I'm taking maybe 50 pips, because if this moves down here, I don't expect it to get to this point, right? And
Right.
in my mind, I'm saying, okay, today is Monday and there's been a lot of activities. Telling me there will be a lot of activities tomorrow, Tuesday, and the market might be slow on Wednesday for the Euro USD. So it would be a good opportunity to look at maybe Euro AUD on the Wednesday and Thursday. But you see, the information is, it's like I've been trading for a long time, so I kind of have some information that I just know they are there, but not like I could really explain them. So that's why I might not be able to explain everything. I'm gonna try my best and give you guys my best, but you guys still really need to study this, okay?
Okay.
So basically, that's just what I do. So you can see on the NZD USD, right? You can see I had the zone here, and I had this like since from my previous video. I mean, if you saw the last video I sent to you, this zone was there. I haven't opened this since then. You remember? I took
Uh-huh.
this with the guy on the call. You
Right.
see,
Right.
it was still there and it came. And once it got here,
When will you take the trade once it crosses it back going up?
yeah. So, but you could see also, after the downtrend, you can see it formed this here. You can see a sell, one buy, and a sell. And the sell, the close, the open doesn't. So you can see I had this here again. So you saw my buy on the NZD USD. This was the reason. I had a level here, and then I had one up here. So once it got here and crossed, I knew this was changing because I already knew NZD USD is a buy. Any pair against USD is a buy up, and USD against any pair is a sell. Okay, that's for
Okay.
today. Now, these things change maybe by next month. So if I'm expecting the whole market to change, I'll be expecting it from next month, not this month. Okay. So I really do hope you get what I'm trying to explain here.
Yeah. Can you just go over how you okay, how do you exit? How do you determine the exit?
Okay, it's easy. Okay, number one, if I took this trade here and it's going up, two things are in my mind. I could either, once the trade is up here, I could move my stop loss to my entry, and that way I know all my profit is locked. Okay.
Okay.
Number two is, I once I have my entry here, and I check on a higher time frame to see where my high is. So I could see my high is here, right? And I'll say, okay, today is Monday, and my entry is here. Now, what I expect is for this trade to come and take out this high, because we both know that a lot of people have their stop loss here. Am I right?
What breakout traders?
Yeah,
Because of
yeah, they sold. So they're hoping this will still go back down. So they have their stop loss. Most people have their stop, and some might have their stop loss here. Now you can see the stop loss has been taken out for the sellers because they feel this was a very good zone. So you can see it has taken out this stop loss. And some people have a sell here because they feel this market is going to sell, right?
right.
So if they sell here, where do you think their stop loss will be? It's either here or up here.
Okay.
So this is more of a thinking from the perspective of people selling. So I know people that are selling. If I was selling, this is what I would do. I'll have my stop loss here or here. But from my information, I already know this market is a buy, so I'm not looking for a sell. So they sold. Now they're waiting for the market to shoot down. So they either have their stop loss here or up here. So once this market shoots up, it's gonna take all of them out,
That
right?
is that the high of the day right there? That line, that's the high of the day. What's that, the 1 hour?
Yeah, yeah. That's the high from Friday. This was the high on 20th.
Oh, oh, from Friday.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no. I think this was the high from, this was the open for today, for
Oh,
yesterday.
okay.
So this was Friday, and this was last week. This was 17th. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I know
Okay.
for a fact that this is gonna take out these guys. So if I trade daily, once my trade goes, let's say 50 to 70 pips, I'm done for the day. I know it's not gonna exceed that, right?
Right.
And I'm not looking for more than that anyway. I'm looking for between 50 pips to 70 pips, depending on the pair. I sent you guys some pairs, and I told you some move faster than others. Like GPP could go 150, and then usually goes 80. So I could go for maybe 40 to 60 pips for my target. So it's not really about what, and you could see if I take the zones for this, I still know there's a zone here. So I'm saying if I buy here, I'm closing here because I know people have their stop losses here.
Right.
Okay. So, but coming in tomorrow, I'll be waiting for a little pullback. Now, there might be a pullback, they might not. But if I'm trading and I feel I don't want to wait till the US open, because NZD is open right now. So if there's activity on the New Zealand dollar, there will be a very sharp buy before I wake up. And this is already, my time is right now is 11 to 12 a.m. So I need to go to bed. So I'm not taking any trade while I'm sleeping. So that's what I do. So once I wake up and I see the price down here, I'm taking a buy, another buy to this point. So but basically, it's mostly just psychological trading, knowing I'm buying and people are trying to sell, and I just check, okay, where do I think their stop loss is gonna be? I know their stop loss is gonna be here and up here. So coming in before Wednesday, I'm sure that this trade is gonna go up to this point. And you could see from my last call with the last student, I had these zones from last week. I think that was like 2 weeks back.
Yeah.
And these zones are still very active. So you could see I left them there. And once they came in, I know I have a zone here. And if I had any other zones I've taken, let's say around here, I'll still use them. So say we go back and we look for, so we could see this. This looks like a very nice zone on the NZD.
Was it
This,
support and resistance?
no. For this, buy, sell, buy. This candle here. Can you see it?
Okay, I couldn't see. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So let's zoom out and let's see.
So you have to see like buy, then one
Yeah,
sell, then buy.
yeah. So you see
What
what,
what what if it's a couple candles like buy, like it's sold off and then there's a couple, or
like
you
this?
just want to?
One, two,
Yeah.
three. No, I don't consider that. I
Okay.
only work with one.
Okay.
Sell, buy, sell. You can see that now. So you can see where it came in right here. So
Okay.
once it
Right.
closed, I know I had a buy here. So I know this market is not gonna sell beyond from the open. I could take, okay, this was almost 80 pips. It's exhausted. It's not gonna go beyond 100 pips. This ends in the USD. It doesn't go beyond that. So once it gets to this point, and I could check, okay, this was 1030, and this was right at the US Open. Price was here. So 2 hours to that point, I could take a buy here, but I waited for the US Open, so I took my buy here. So, but if I taken my buy here, I still wouldn't consider my stop loss to be beyond 30 pips. So I might just go 30 pips down and put my stop loss. And once
Okay.
it's in profit, I could either move it to this entry point, or I could just close my trade. So, but basically, I know you want to trade Euro USD alone, but I really think you should consider all pairs. Like if I come here and I see Euro USD, so I know the buy is going to be strong, right?
Right.
And this, I know the sell is going to be strong. Now, you could just check here and NZD USD, 75,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be strong.
very strong. And then AUD, let me see AUD USD, you can see 66. So I'll be sending in the if there's any change of trend on any pair, I'll send in a notification. But for now, the same trend I sent in yesterday will still be valid for today. So all I have to do is wait for pullbacks and then look for entries. Okay, and I could also check in, okay, what is happening, what pairs am I expecting movement on Forex Factory, right? So I could say you could see there was an NZD news GPB Euro, but it was very light, so that's why I picked the NZD. So I could either pick NZD Euro or, and tomorrow,
Okay. This is how you pick which pairs you're gonna look at
yeah,
for movement.
yeah,
Oh,
for
okay.
movement. So just to avoid being stuck in a trade that is very slow,
Right.
because
So
okay, I'm listening.
so this is gonna either give you the movement for to actually push you into the money, or for the pullback to allow you to get into the trade. Either
Yeah,
or, right? Either
yeah.
or.
Yeah, because you need to understand, and I can't explain that in depth now, but I'll give you an example. You see Euro USD, right?
Uh-huh.
And Euro AUD. Anytime there's a movement on Euro USD, there's usually no movement on Euro AUD. And anytime there's a movement on Euro AUD, there's usually no movement on Euro USD. Because some days are slow. We all know that, right? So you need to
Right.
pick what pair am I trading. If there's a movement on Euro AUD today and tomorrow, then I'm expecting a consolidation on the third day. So I'll be looking at Euro USD. And knowing the fundamentals will also help me to decide, okay, this looked like a very good pair to trade. And I also have my timing. I mean, there's a lot of factors you have to consider, but I'll always say this. Money management, don't joke with that, okay? I mean, never risk all your capital on a single trade, because once that capital is gone, you're not getting it back.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay, so Warren Buffett always says the number one rule of investing is don't lose money. The number two is read number one, don't lose money.
Right.
So as much as you want to make 10% profit a day, I would strongly advise you grow slowly. The major issue is capital, because if you have a $10,000 account and you're making, let's say, 2% daily, that's $200. Am I right?
Right.
But
Right.
if you're making 2% on $100 account, that's $2. So you feel stressed and you feel like I really need to make more. So
Right.
basically, risk management is key, but knowing exactly what the market is going to do, the direction to trade is also a very strong key to consider. So, but I've given you guys the secret is just go and see what 95% of the traders are doing and trade against them. Now you just have to apply whatever strategy you have. It doesn't have to be mine. Like you already know you're looking for a buy. If you have a strategy that tells you pull the trigger on a buy here, use it. Now this is what I do personally, but if this doesn't work for you, you could always apply what works for you, knowing the direction of the market. Okay.
Right. Just well, one more thing. How do you get that 100 pips above and 100 pips below? How do you determine that?
Okay. You use an MT4, right? You use an MT4. Let me
Yeah,
just
I'm on
open an
MT4.
MT4.
Yeah.
All right, you can see it. I have to share my screen again. Okay, give me a minute.
No, that I we watched those. I got them out of the dryer. Those are his, right? You washed them. Okay, yeah, I hear MT4.
Okay, so this is an MT4, right? So
Right, right.
we were looking at Euro USD.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put in the line. Okay, so this was the day open, right?
Wait, hold on. Where did it open?
This,
Okay,
right?
right here.
This was
Okay,
the day
right.
breaker. So this is a buy candle, right? So I know
Right,
a buy. The open is always the here.
right,
So I could just say, okay, I measured from this point downwards. This is 88 pips to this point, right?
right,
So I could say, okay, so it went 88 pips down, then canceled the 88 pips and still went up. So I could say, here down to here is 100 pips.
right. Okay, babe.
Okay,
Okay,
so this point is the 100 pips point at 1.2119. So just pick
okay.
this and then fix it. 1.2119.
Right.
So 100 pips down,
100 pips up.
100 pips up.
So your trade's gonna be, and then you'll go to the left and try to find support and resistance and supply and
Exactly.
demand.
Yeah. So is this strategy easy?
Okay, show me where you find where your support and resistance, supply and demand on here would be.
MT4.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same thing. Just okay. Zoom in. And 1 minute. So I can see this. Now we covered that from the what MT. We covered that on TradingView, right?
Right.
Like this was a very nice zone because 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Now included with zooming in to look for those are three spots which I can't find any here, but we could see this maybe on a higher time frame you might find something, but this looks good, but I still don't like it because it's a lot of colors here. But I'm
Why,
just
hold on. Why don't you like that, Ari?
because there's a sell, a buy,
Uh-huh.
and then sell this buy another. It was still in the same zone, so if I wanted a sell I would expect this to break out. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so
Right.
I would expect this part to break out of this. So this next candle should break down a little. I'm sure you understand what I mean. So I can't really find those around this zone, so I'm gonna use I'll be sticking to the support and resistance, and that's why we had to use the support and resistance for the Euro USD. But if you check on the NZD, it's basically the same thing. Let's look at AUD USD. So if I put a zone here and I walk backwards, I'll find something at that point. So you can see what I found there, right? Can you see this?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So zoom out to see this also works.
Right.
Yeah. Or here.
Yeah. How did you figure this out?
I really don't know. It just came to me. I can't tell you I learned it from someone because I really didn't. I mean, you really won't find my course anywhere else. So I guess this will be all for tonight. I'm gonna send you the recorded version. So just go through it, and if you have any other questions, please do send your questions in. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And
You gonna send me this video?
yeah, I will. I will.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. My regards to the kids and the wife.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.